Welcome into how to build your character in the Capstone Character Project for Money Vehicle. You probably recognize me by now, Jedediah Collins. I'm the founder here, and truly we hope that this project is an application of all the lessons, tools, and ideas that we've covered in the curriculum. Why Money Vehicle wants to move just past education. We want to get into empowerment. We want to give you the confidence to take these principles and lessons of financial literacy and implement them into your real life. Can you do that directly today? I'm not sure. Can you do that to a character that you are going to help create and evolve? Absolutely. So that's what this project is here to do. Take from the book, take from the videos, and apply in real life a subject and a person that you are going to create. How did I find my name? Well, Jedediah Gabriel Collins here. My middle name is Gabriel. I took that as my first name. I grew up on the street Calle Lucana. So I'm going to take Lucana. My character's name is Gabriel Lucana. It's actually kind of a cool name. I'd be called Gabriel Lucana. Gabriel's 18 years old and he is just graduating high school as he wraps up the Money Vehicle program. Hopefully, he's going to learn something. And as he looks, he is from the Midwest, but he has always dreamed of moving out west to California, Hollywood, the bright lights. But Gabriel also has a skill set. He's not interested in going off to college just yet. He knows he wants to go learn a trade and start making dollars as soon as possible. So Gabriel is going to go become a plumber out in Los Angeles, believing all these fancy celebrities, well, they need to have their toilets, fixed and a lot of pipes throughout the house. So plumbing will provide him a main source of income right away. He's even done some research, which I would recommend for your character. What companies are in the industry that you want to go and be? Power Pro Plumbing, no association, but cool shout out if this goes out to millions of people. They are an actual plumbing company in Los Angeles, and they have offered Gabriel a starting salary of $40,000. I'm going to show you where that number comes from here in a moment. As you look at where your character will increase their income, their original income is $40,000. How can I increase that? Well, Gabriel has an idea about learning exactly how to do not just plumbing, but what about heating, HVAC units? What about air? All kinds of different avenues, possibly developing new skill sets to lead to income streams. And one of the biggest ways he wants to increase his income, I am at an entry level $40,000 as I'm no longer the novice, the beginner, the newbie. As I become a veteran, I should be able to charge more money. Your character will supplement that income by doing what as his secondary income? Gabriel, social guy, likes to talk to people. Perhaps he can start making some sales when he starts to go to work as a plumber. Maybe he can upsell while he's on a job. Maybe he can find somebody out while he's doing some social activities. Perhaps he can make an extra commission selling some of the programs and products. And Gabriel has a secret skill, something he's always loved is writing. So Gabriel believes if he gets out to Los Angeles, he's going to take his love for being an animals and his love for his pets, and he's going to bring it into his love for writing. And he's going to hopefully start to write about animals at animal shelters. Kind of a unique one, but if he can find a path and avenue, might be a good source of income. This again is just a pause in the idea. None of this is real. This is just me sitting here having some fun. I started to look at different occupations. Maybe I wanted to be a nurse. Maybe I wanted to be an animal trainer. Maybe I wanted to be a writer. And I started to research and look at each of them. And I established that plumbing was going to be the path for my character. But those animals and the writing, well, that could also be a part of my character too. We are not just a one dimensional tool. We are human beings after all. Now, I have the premise. In each section, each chapter, we're going to have a premise of your character that you're going to answer some questions, and then we're going to jump into your dashboard, which I am going to start here just as you will. Let's start at the very beginning. So, what is the zip code? I've looked up different zip codes you can explore. I know one of the zip codes in Los Angeles, 90001. As I mentioned, I'm age 18. Number of people in my household. Right now, you're not married, you don't have kids. Perhaps your character does. Perhaps your character's 27, married with 2 kids, 7 kids. Your choice. You have some fun with that. I'm living by myself, but that's going to have an asterisk because we're going to circle back to that here in a second. If you want to choose to buy a home, that is going to be a big undertaking. I would recommend, as you get started in this, let's just start out renting. So as we look at occupations, I can do a manual input and entry. If you wanted to say, my occupation that I wanted to do wasn't on that list, you can choose that. But as I look at my occupations, I'm going to come down here to search, and I'm going to type in that I want to be a plumber. I am 18, so I'm coming in as the low entry level position. And I'm going to come down here in this left corner and simply say, okay. All right. Throughout the program, we are going to add in expenses, tricks, trades, all these curveballs. For right now, credit card debt, don't know about it, don't have it, just skip it. It's going to be a 0. Chapter 5, we're going to dive deep into that credit card. Student loans. Well, Gabriel's not going to go to college, so he's not going to have any student loans. Perhaps your character already went to college or is about to and is going to take out student loans. Personalize, have fun. Do you want to, and as you look at the program, are you going to choose college as the path to take upon graduation? Other debt payments, excluding a mortgage, we're renting, or car payments, because there's going to be a specific section for car payments. Right now, we don't have any other debt. Let's keep it clean. We can add more as we build and as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. The dashboard is going to boop, 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 do its thing and start to pull in the information. I said here 90001 is Los Angeles. As we look here, maybe I looked at it and I said, LA, it's going to get very expensive. Maybe I want to change. If you want to change your location, feel free to adjust where you are and what you are going to be, or excuse me, where you are going to live. As we scroll down on the left side, you see my occupation as a plumber has been chosen, low entry, $40,013 is my salary. This is being polled based on the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Based in Los Angeles, becoming a plumber as a low entry position, 40,000 is about how much you can start to make. Another interesting piece around these occupations, well, where am I going to be in my future? Well, maybe I want to see what a plumber can grow into. Well, hey, after a year or two getting comfortable, I'm no longer the beginner. Plumbers can make $63,000, $64,000. That's amazing. What about high and experienced? $106,000. Not so bad for people who go plumbing. Why would you ever get into plumbing? I can make up to $100,000 a year being a plumber. Pretty good. And hey, I would imagine they respond to a lot less emails than some people working in an office all day. I don't know that. Gabriel is going to find out. But let's go back to, and you see how the plan is going to update and change as you update and change. Low entry, 40,000. What's really nice about the tool is it's already going to help you with some of your tax choices. We call that the society choice in your money buckets, chapter 3. But you'll see your monthly gross, what you make, and your monthly net, what you take, are going to be different. This is the net number you need to focus on because that's the number that we're going to start making some choices with. I'm age 18 and I am renting. So as we look at this, I'm going to come back to my compassion choice because I don't think that's going to be my first question. As I look at my past choices, see here that my rent is around $845 for peers or people my age, my income, and my location. Pretty not, that's not cheap by any means. Let's go ahead and throw our first unique characteristic about my character, Gabriel. Gabriel's actually going to move into an apartment, but he has a friend. He's going to have a roommate. The apartment rents for about $1,000 a month, so we're actually going to save some money on rent because we are splitting the $1,000 rent between 2 people. Not so bad. Not getting a lot of square footage. Again, we're in California. We want to be out on the beach anyway. My car payments, I mentioned earlier. Gabriel doesn't have a car right now, so we're going to go ahead and make that a 0. Oh, cool. We're going to save a ton of money on cars, right? we're going to have to include that expense somewhere else, so we'll do that here. Other debt payments and obligations at the moment, my first run through my scenario, let's leave that as zero. Let's see how much we can save right off the gate. Health insurance. Haven't talked about it. We'll get into it in chapter 7. My first run through, you can put zero. If you would like, hey, I know I'm going to have to pay for health insurance. It's going to be $40 a month. Great. I'm going to pay $40 a month for my health insurance. Utilities and bills, about $100 a month. Car insurance, we said we do not have a car, so I'm going to get to lower that one. And as you see the platform and program updating, the blues means you have made a choice, the gold means you are sticking with the choice presented, and the green is your peer group and audience. $84 a month for your phone. You can tell me if that's right, wrong, if that's not enough or too much for your character. We're going to stick with it. Other utilities, gas, water, all those trash, all those things, about $80 a month. Cable, internet, streaming, all those subscriptions, because those are past choices. My car maintenance, one more time, I get to lower a category and start to look at that car maintenance going down to zero. And then life and personal insurance. Again, chapter 7, along with the car insurance, we'll get a little bit more into this. Do you need life insurance? Do you need disability insurance? Do you need renter's insurance? Probably. So right now I'm going to leave $17 for renter's insurance. But again, you can edit and customize that as we move forward. I look at my present choices. Groceries, $330 a month. That feels pretty good. I'll take groceries. Dining out, $180. Yeah, that's once a week. About that. I can take that. Gasoline, awesome. I'm going to get to save on some gasoline because I'm not driving a car and I don't have any electric charging. Fun and hobbies, $100 a month. Well, I kind of like to have some fun. So I'm going to go ahead and increase that. Maybe let's say $200 a month on fun and hobbies because that's a priority of mine. You see over here, your opportunities. Where are you spending more than the peer group? Right now, fun and hobbies and on my health insurance. Clothing and jewelry. I'm not a big shopper, so we'll see how that one goes. Medical spending, medical needs, these are just curveballs and emergencies I need to prepare for. Miscellaneous is going to be one that we can keep as a placeholder. Is there anything in there specifically? We'll see what we can add. So $70, just as that cushion starts to build of, I don't know what else is coming. Home maintenance, appliance, furnitures. This is going to be, I got to buy a bed. That's not going to be $70. But over a year, is it going to be about averaged out to that? You can increase and decrease that. Education. You might say, well, Gabriel's not going to college. What does he need education for? This is where he's going to start investing in himself. Maybe he's going to take a course in a class on heating and air. Maybe it's through the company, they pay for it. Maybe it's outside the company. Maybe it's a course on how to sell. Maybe it's a course on how to write. Education can be a lot of different things. Personal care, this doesn't just happen. You got to pay for these things. So, personal care products, transportation. Now, here's one. I don't have a car. So, I know my transportation fares are going to be a lot more than the average person who maybe does have a car. So, I'm going to increase this one all the way up to $240. And I'm going to see that drastically impact my plan as we come back to there in a second. Last but not least, pets and children. I mentioned Gabriel loves animals. He's going to be bringing his little Bernedoodle puppy along with him. And vacations and trips. Maybe this version, maybe next version. I want to start setting aside $100 a month because I do got a vacation and a trip that I would like to plan in the future. It's one of my rich goals. We'll get to that in chapter 1. You see how quickly you make all these decisions and choices, how the platform and program updates as you go. I said we'd come back to that charitable decision. So, looking at charitable giving, I can put $80 into charity. Now, in Money Vehicle, Chapter 3, we talk about 1%. $40,000, 1% would be about $400. $78, $80 a month is actually more than that 1%. So from a charitable giving perspective, I'm going to go back down to 400 divided by 12. I don't know what that is, but let's say $20 a month I'm going to put into actual charities. Gifts to family and friends. Now, this one's a little different. I have a big family. I have a few friends, believe it or not. So $30 a month, man, it feels like every week somebody has a birthday. I'm going to increase that one to $50, and you will see the platform update one more time. Last but not least, your future choice. As we saw our society choice already over in the left category. Right now, it is going to share and show you exactly how much you are saving each month. Compared to your peer group, this scenario, again, remember, rent was higher, car insurance, car product, was now that peer is losing $500 a month. California ain't cheap. $40,000 can only be split so many ways. So it is humbling to see that plan breaks for the peer. For Gabriel right now, even though we're just getting started, getting rolling, he right now is still saving $100 a month. We've mentioned a few things already that he's going to need to plug into his plan. And every time we add, well, I do need to go get insurance. I do have some credit card debt. Maybe I do want to buy that car. If you add, you have to then look at how it impacts your plan and go back to your other choices and say, ooh, I need to add in something that's going to be $50. I don't have that $50 for a future vacation or for that fun or for my groceries. How are you going to balance those choices and decisions? You'll see them live as you add them up as you go. But right now, $100 a month, not so bad. You see, I'm getting a B in my planned grade. A 80, flat 80 is I am not saving nor losing any money. Saving $100 a month, I'm an 84, which is a solid B. Can we get up to a B plus? Well, maybe we're going to have to add some income streams. Maybe on the side, that writing $50, $100 a month starts to contribute to that savings. Cool little calculator here as you look at it. I can simply click the button. I can see 6%. 6%, well, I think I'm going to do better than that. 7% as we get into that B average index from chapter 6. I'm going to update the plan, and you see the calculator. I am 18 years old today. That means in 1 month, I will have saved $100, and the peer group will have lost $500. As we, excuse me, bump out to age 30, $100 a month will turn into a cool savings of $24,000. Just moving forward and investing $100 a month at that 7% return. And returns don't come on average every month, every year. We'll get into more of that as the program. But this is just to visualize how your savings can grow and change and how you see the future. As I mentioned, these are the categories where you are spending more than the peer group. These are opportunities for you to save. Biggest one here, transportation fees. We know that. Vacation and trips, fun and hobbies, health insurance, gifts to friends and family. If I need to add in expenses, one of those is going to have to go down. And as you look down here, your money buckets, really cool way to see how all these things are impacting your plan, impacting your choices. And as we look at moving forward, you are going to see how this model turns into a comparison against your peers and then how you are spending money. Just a really good visual. And then we're going to define those calculations as we go. As you look at this plan, the last thing I wanted to be able to share and show with you is that export button I just clicked. You got to give it a minute or so to actually calculate, find all the choices, decisions. Boom, 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 boom. He's actually splitting his rent. He's not buying a car. He's going to increase some of the other tools and items. And now I have a financial plan laid out for me. My take home pay, $2,600 right there. My zip code, my age, who's in my house, I'm renting. Here's my grade at the moment. Here's my opportunities, that projected calculator, my money bucket categories, and then each decision I'm making. You keep this, you save it, PDF it, send it to your teacher if they ask for an example of it, save it for yourself. But as you move forward in the program, I got to get to credit cards, I got to get to investing, I got to get to insurance and taxes. Was that enough taxes being taken out? All those decisions are going to come, And now you have documentation of where your plan started and where it is going to be going. I hope you see how comprehensive and how engaging this project can be. This is meant to be a fun project for you to take education, make it empowering, and truly take these skills into your life and beyond, and how much this course is going to impact you after your days on campus. My name's Jedediah Collins. We are Money Vehicle, where we're trying to make money a little bit cooler and maybe a little bit more current. Follow us on social media, check us out on our new podcast, but in the end, focus on driving financial literacy. We'll see you at the next stop.